So let's clarify some terms. So we've used the term Saracen. This is a historical term that's used by the Romans and medieval Christians to describe all Arabs and not just particularly Muslim. So all Arabs fall within this term of Saracens. So to make this differentiation, not all Muslims are Arab. And so a Saracen is going to be someone that Saudi Arabian Peninsula, that area, now known as the Middle East. And in the particularly descended from nomadic tribes within the Sinai region. Now, important to know that they were combative. And the Saracen and the designation of Saracen was that which opposed Christianity, not necessarily on grounds, but they did not want Christians in their area. So the Crusaders fought both Muslims, Mohammedans, fought them as well as Saracens. And so whenever you look into the literature of the Crusades, and the only reliable source of the history of the Crusades is going to be the Catholic Church and the various Crusades and where their points of focus were, do not get the mistaken understanding that it is a religious war. It was very much a land war. And the Crusader knew something that we have forgotten. The Holy Land is holy because it is consecrated by the blood of Jesus Christ, not because it was the historical homeland of the Jews given to them by God for settlement when they were in right relationship with Him as a benefit of the covenant when they were keeping the covenant, but rather it's holy because of Jesus Christ. It's holy because of the Holy Roman Empire reclaiming through and Constantine those holy sites. And so when Jewish government denies access to Holy Sepulchre, this is non sequitur. It is not theirs to access, grant, nor deny access. It belongs to the Holy Roman Empire. Those holy sites belong to us in the same way that the traditional Latin Mass belongs to us. Modernism, one of the features of modernism is to give you access, periodic and limited access to that which is yours by birthright, and then claim that they're doing you some type of gratuity, some type of favor. Not so. The next term we have is Mohammedan. Mohammedan is somewhat explanatory in that there are those who follow Muhammad. And it's used to describe a follower of the prophet or a believer in the religion. But modernly, this has come to be outdated and seen as offensive in the same way that the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints resents the term Mormon. But this is a sensitivity that shows you a vulnerability. And so Muhammad, at one point in time, the Mohammedans followed Muhammad as the Christians followed Christ. And so Muhammad was the only gateway, Allah, through the Mohammedan mindset. And so now, of course, they prefer our other terms. The one that they prefer the most is, but Islam, an Islamist, and the Pope's use of the term Islam is very troubling because the analogy to Islam is Zionism. And so to understand that a person who believes that Islam, who admits it as an Islamist, believes in a political system, a legal system, a governance system. And this is totally different than the religion. The religion is Muslim. The ideology is Islam. In the same way that the religion is Judaism, the ideology is Zionism. We've got to understand that. So when the Pope is using Islam, this would be the same as Trump or his saying are our allies. Now we're seeing a clear differentiation between Israel, Zionists, and Jews. Incidentally, Israel, what they have in common, the Israeli, both culturally and as of government, listen to the language of their leader. Zionist leader is also a Zionist. The Jew, as well as the Mohammedan, the Saracen, the Islamist, all of these, what they have in common is they are anti-Christ. They do not recognize Jesus Christ as God. Now, I'm very careful in choosing my words there because Catholicism believes that Jesus Christ is the Word made flesh. The Word became flesh and dwelt among us. This is the key to understanding not Christianity, but understanding Catholicism. Catholicism is the ultimate Christianity and the fullness of truth with regard to Christianity. To the extent you diminish the Godhead, the deity of Jesus Christ, is the extent to which you diminish the belief in the Christ. It is necessary to believe that Jesus is God in order to believe in the Eucharist. These are fundamental things that we see lacking in Protestantism, in Judaism, in Islam, Mohammedans, Saracens. All of those have in common this adversity to Jesus Christ, God incarnate.